I'm just listening to amazing classical music right now, setting up for this mock draft. Hey, what's going on, y'all? How's it going? Welcome to the mock draft episode on the NFL Mock Draft Database Simulator. My name is Lieutenant Dan here at Unintentional Grounding, live from Orlando, Florida. Bangley's in the chat. Blizz is in the chat. Boys and girls about to load up because we're going to have a discussion and a half. 3 mock drafts that we're bringing to you today. And a little bit of the coaching discussion as well as quarterback discussion mixed in with what we're currently going on right now. We have completed our second interview with Raheem Morris as of listed right at this very moment. By the way, I just want to quickly state something before I get too deep into this. What if Raheem Morris is the Rooney Rule guy, and then we immediately hire Belichick right afterwards? Spicy! Okay, so anyway, starting off. Why? What do you mean Raheem Morris is the Rooney Rule guy? What if he is? Sips Scar Cup coffee. The Rooney Rule has been complete now. Raheem Morris, you may go back to the Rams. That is all kinds of mad disrespect. If they end up completing the stuff with Raheem Morris, turn right around and hire Belichick. I would die laughing, dog. Oh my gosh. I wish you were listening to this music I'm listening to right now. I'm just vibing right now with Yo-Yo Mob, dude. Let's see. All right. So we're going to do 3 mock drafts. Each of the 3 mock drafts will contain different elements to it. The first mock draft, and every single one of these is going to end up being, what's going on, Christopher Sanders? What's going on, brother? Each one of the 3 mock drafts will end up being scenario-based. So the first one will be, we take an experienced head coach that wants an experienced quarterback in free agency, and we go with that mock draft. Then we do a mock draft where the Falcons end up trading up in the first round to be able to end up getting a quarterback. And then the third one, we will sit at 8, and we will just take best player available, BPA, all right? And we will trade for Justin Fields from the Chicago Bears. So, get your coffees ready. Get your OJ. Get your Wowda. Raiders now have officially hired Tom Telesco as their new general manager. It's Dallas Turner, then Latu / Verse. Somebody's messaging me right now in the Latu / Verse. All right. I'm going to have to turn this music down. This is way loud. Oh my gosh. Jenny just hit the wall. She never had it all. And they decide to take Kirk Cousins in free agency. The Falcons are still open to the possibility of taking a quarterback at 8, but they will take best player available sitting here. Ready, set, go. All right, so we won't worry about any of these trade offers because they're all terrible. So we'll reject those. So Jaden Daniels is sitting here at 5. Or excuse me, at 8. I couldn't possibly take Jaden Daniels knowing that he would most likely be in the top 3 picks here. And Bill Belichick, knowing Bill, he would probably go like best defensive tackle or best offensive lineman or best edge available to build the defense. And Bill brings a multiple defense. So if you're running a multiple defense and you need guys that are versatile at multiple levels, you could take Dallas Turner or you could take Latu. You're also looking at Latham, Cooper DeJean, and probably Fuaga because those, well, Verse would also be there too. And this one I'm going to take Verse just because I believe that if you take Jared Verse, he fits some of the mold of the traditional pass rusher you're looking for. And Verse can get up and cover small ground area, but we don't have a true in-the-dirt guy, and Ebiketie is kind of like a weird hybrid of those two. Way before Nirvana. Okay. 43. We are sitting here at 43. I don't think Michael Penix Jr. makes it to 43, second round. But you know who I do like on this particular draft? I like Chris Jenkins. Dude's an absolute freaking animal. But have any of you guys watched Adonai Mitchell? This is a good one. How strange, how strange, how strange. I've got to do a Twitch stream after this, so I can play some of my own music. Shit. In this scenario, Falcons need another guy. Let's take a look at Adonai Mitchell. Make you happy. Is there any long highlights? Any long highlights? Yeah, that's right, boys and girls. We're going to be watching some Adonai Mitchell. Why not? Here we go. All right, stop. All right, let's take a look at this. You guys can't see it because I'm up in the way, dog. I'm so sorry. Let me decrease. Let's go down here. So let's take a look at Adonai Mitchell, man. This guy, he's somebody that I've been watching a little bit. This might be either him or Polk. Himself or Polk would be my two, like, in second round, go after these guys kind of deal. Adonai Mitchell, man. Pair him with Drake London. He's not super, super fast. But he's got decent route running, and he's got some hands on him. I'd like to see him go up for that catch instead of try to, like, just body catch that into his hands. But it would be interesting to have him in London. Would you take Polk over Adonai? Good adjustment. What's he sitting at? 6'3" something? Xavier Legette would be a good one for the second round. Let's see if Legette's available. If Leggett is available, I have no problem whatsoever. Brian Thomas already went. Xavier Leggett did go. He went above. So I don't know. You don't know if you actually like Adonai. Well, with it's a second round pick here, and it's a lot of like put up. You know, like if I go all here, Chris Jenkins would probably be my pick because Ladd is okay. You know, I like Walker though. I like Walker. Walker's not a bad idea either. Devontae Walker. You guys probably need to check this guy out too. Let's take a look here. I just watched him. Yeah, I've already watched. This is like a 10-minute tape on him. But he had 35 receptions, 656 yards, and 7 touchdowns last year. Guy is like a handsy dude, and I do like that. He goes up for it. But when I look at this kind of stuff, I go, well, that's not an NFL catch. That's a 1 foot. Like this Syracuse game, like didn't impress me at all. But the coming games here in the rest of this highlight reel, it does make it seem a little more like, hey, listen. You guys definitely need to check out Devontae Walker. I like him in Polk. Because you have him, London Pitts, Algier and Bijan with Joe Brady or Ben Johnson. What's up, Taylor? Or excuse me, Tyler. I don't know why I say Taylor every time I see your name, dog. That's on me though. That's on me. Don't be mad. That's on me. What's going on, bruv? Walker to me screams like, gosh, like Walker to me screams like, hey, let's take this guy in the second round. He's got a lot of attitude to him. Work. I like Leggett, but Leggett's going to go so quickly. Polk and Walker and Adonai are all going to be there available. And this is a guy that's just, he's making catches. He does the work as a wide receiver 3, wide receiver 2. He reminds me of Mohamed Sanu to some extent. You're right, man. You're Log. I honestly, I think when I look at Tez Walker, I look at a guy who he has good speed on him. He's probably going to test well. He's feisty. He makes good catches with his hands, not body catches. He has nice route running, and in the right offense, he can be really, really deadly. Because he is a possession guy to the way that he's played here in North Carolina, but he can take the tops off of the offense in a lot of cases as well. So, you have a good overall rounded player. And put that together with Pitts and London, who London can be your number one wideout who's going to get the most targets, and Pitts is going to get like a command middle of the field and goal line situations because you want to find him open over the middle of the field. Put Tez with these guys who does end arounds and, you know, those 10-yard, you know, comeback or curl routes, and every once in a while does something like this. Falcons fan 408, what's going on, brother? So, and Tez's tape is about halfway done here. We won't watch too much of it. But you can see about the same plays. If you're paying attention to this, then you're seeing the same plays used by Tez Walker in a lot of scenarios here in each game. It's the same couple passes, a couple comebacks, a couple of curls, a couple of slant routes, a post/fade that he does once or twice a game, and a couple of slants right over the field or long post routes over the middle of the field as they're trying to get, you know, passes out to the side to side. This shows me the well-roundedness of a wide receiver to come in here, second-round guy with a good bit of speed on him. And somebody that, I mean, look at that. A hands catcher, by the way, not a body catcher, so that already puts it into the huge, huge plus range. And he's got that attitude. He's got that whip on him. He knows exactly what kind of player he is. A guy like Drake May can serve it up to him all the time, and he can beat his guys. So, and you can tell by his statistics down at the bottom of the screen, 35 receptions last year for 656 yards and 7 touchdowns. He's used as a slot dude. I mean, he's literally used as a slot dude. And they are saying he's 6'2", 200. That's a heck of a catch, y'all. Like, guys, like, shielding the ball, shielding the side over here. Amazing, a really, really good speed, and should not have caught that, honestly, but brings that in, hauls that in. Now, they're playing Duke, so I'm not, like, freaking out about this. Put Tez Walker with London and Pitts and watch it ride. He doesn't have incredible acceleration, but his agility is completely there. Don't get me twisted and let me draft Polk, dog. I'm gonna be straight with you. Don't get it twisted. Don't give me the option of going down and getting Jalen Polk, dog. Because if I go down there, and this first scenario is we took Kirk Cousins because we brought in Bill Belichick. We drafted Jared Verse here. If my next pick is a wide receiver, maybe I could get a wideout in 3. But Chris Jenkins, I guess you have Onyemata, Chris Jenkins, and Grady Jarrett, and you can bring back Davius Street. Maybe. What do you mean? What happened? I don't know. What are you talking about? I switched back to the mock draft. I'm going to be switching back and forth between the mock draft and tape. Is that what freaked everybody out in the chat? What I'm saying is if this is the Bill, if this first mock draft is we hired Bill Belichick because we got the Rooney Rule requirement out of the way with Raheem Morris, and you have drafted Jared Verse in the first round because you brought in a premier pass rusher. Obviously, you've gotten some wide receiver in free agency, or you've dabbled in free agency and gotten some of your core pieces paid. You come into the second round and go, do you need Chris Jenkins? And I personally would go after Chris Jenkins. But I look at wide receiver here as a sign of something that you could get something done. Like Adonai Mitchell. Okay, that works. Lad McConkey. That's good, but he's more of a slot than anything. Tez Walker. Perfect example. He's back. What are you talking about? I've been here. Back now. What are you talking about? What are you guys talking about? You guys are crazy, dog. You guys are insane. Everybody's just doing this now in the chat just to make me upset. He's back now. It says suspended, violated policy for... Oh, no way. No way. Really? Oh, wow. No way. Oh my gosh. Okay. All right. That pretty much does it. I think I'm done with YouTube. Man, that is wild, dog. Okay, I guess I could just do the... What? What? For reals? Okay. All right. Okay. Cool. We will... You know what? This is why I do everything on Twitch. Wow. Woo! No way. Yep, they sent me an email. Hi, Unintentional Grounding. Due to a copyright match, your stream was interrupted. Wow. All right. That's... Listen. We're not doing this anymore. We're not doing this YouTube thing anymore. If this continues this way, I'll keep doing the film breakdowns and things like that. But dog, if this is the way that YouTube's going, I'm out. I'm out on YouTube. Maybe it's time that we do a what's that new streaming service that they have going on? Maybe I should go do that instead. That's wild, dog. That is insanely wild. Rumble. Kick. Yeah. Rumble. How's Kick? Is Kick any good? Dexter Vlash, what's going on, man? All right, we'll do this with no film. Fine. Wow, I was going to do film with you guys. That is so super lame. That is super, super lame. Wow. All right. Okay. Cool. All right. I'm going to turn my music back on. Fuck it. Fuck those guys. YouTube is lame. We're literally watching highlights. You can't, bro, come on, man. My streams are literally demonetized. Like I don't make any money on my streams. Very fair with paying creators. Better support service for creators. Maybe we'll go over to Kick, dudes. Would you guys support me if I went over to Kick? or pulled up a Rumble or something. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Let's finish out this mock draft. Let's finish out these next 2 mock drafts, and then we'll switch over to Twitch. Cause I'm not playing this game. I'm not playing this game. Fuck YouTube. They're so dumb. Unless it's a movie or something. Oh, I'm going over to Kick. Screw this. Yeah, sorry I'm cussing up a storm, but like that is ridiculous. I showed highlights. I'm not making any money on that. You could literally copyright claim that if you wanted to and not take my content down and just make money on it. I don't care. It's literally for educational purposes. We're literally not making any money off this unless somebody does like a membership or a super sub or donation. Fucking dude. Like, come on. All right. All right, and this one, what we're going to end up doing is going into the second round and grabbing Chris Jenkins. Now, I want to just see something before we get really too deep into the Chris Jenkins stuff. 6'4", what is he? 6'4", 300. Where's the draft buzz place? 305. Why not the safety from Miami? Because I believe in Helms. Those highlights are all over YouTube. Also, what's the issue? Yeah, I know. Kitchens. Yeah, I truly do believe in Helms. I don't know if anybody else in here does, but with Jesse Bates and Helms, I don't think you need to overspend, especially on a second round pick. But you don't know what the health of Grady Jarrett is going to be long term. So say he doesn't come back 100% healthy. This is just my thought process. Doesn't mean it's right. I'm just saying this is my thought process. If the Falcons get Bill Belichick, bring in Kirk Cousins, I'm not even going to think about free agency really because just stick with me here, okay? So say I have Bill Belichick as my head coach, and he brings around the usual suspects, right? And then they bring in Kirk Cousins as their big money free agent signing. They use the rest of their money to kind of sign similar guys that we already have on the team. And then maybe they go out and go get like an elite center or, you know, one of those particular things, right? Just follow along with me for a second here. This is the first mental exercise we're doing. Take any thoughts that you currently have of anything else other than your player rankings, and let's just go into this way. Bill Belichick's going to want to build this defense. So you take Jared Verse in the first round. Dallas Turner, Latu, or Jared Verse. You immediately take one of those guys, right? I think Leonard Taylor, Brian Murphy, or Aurora would be a good replacement for Grady. All well-spoken, except for the fact that I think the replacement for Grady is already on this team in Onyemata. Okay? You've got Onyemata already. If you bring in Chris Jenkins in the second round, you have a nose tackle. 6'4", 305 nose tackle who also plays 3-tech. You can switch him and Onyemata and Grady in a rotation if you wanted to, or even play all three of them on the field and put your linebackers on the field. That's up to you on whether or not you want to decide to do something like that. You guys should, man, if I could play this music right now. I am just vibing right now. The name of this song is called, A-N-I, and then second word is K-I-N-O. Kino. Dude, this song slaps. So this is crazy, but let's take Chris Jenkins. Let's forego wide receiver. Let's say the Falcons spend all their money on Kirk Cousins and T. Higgins. How would you guys feel about that free agency? The Falcons bring in another offensive lineman, the Patriots offensive lineman that's leaving. Sign Kirk Cousins, sign T. Higgins. Lets you play Kick lets you play music unlike Twitch. I'm not sure about what you can play though. Yeah, well, we'll have to figure that out. We're gonna have to read up on Kick tonight, start up a Kick tomorrow, and then start doing stuff on Kick. You guys will have to drop by and support us because we're gonna need to get back to 4,000 subscribers on Kick. You know. Anyway, T. Higgins, Kirk Cousins, a offensive lineman. Twitch lets you play music top 2. Oh, well. Yeah, but they have like a DMCA thing where they'll mute the whole stream if it's copyrighted. Which is like not the worst thing in the world, but they could shut your stream down eventually if you keep playing that music, so let's say the Falcons, T. Higgins, Kirk Cousins. I've been trying to do this for like 5 minutes now. T. Higgins, Kirk Cousins, the Patriots offensive lineman, maybe even another defensive player or something like that. But say in the first round they take Jared Verse, the second round they end up taking Chris Jenkins. So A picks on both boards. We're not going to touch quarterback at all this particular mock. On the next mock, we're going to try to trade up into the top 3 picks and take one of the guys. So Polk just happens to be here in the 3rd round. And you know I'm taking my boy Polk. If I could put Polk, if it could be Polk and London and T. Higgins, I wasn't even gonna wait to pull that trigger because we also have another 3rd round pick. Cedric Van Pran. It's not a bad... Oh, no! I took Javon Bullard. I'm so dumb. I wanted to draft Van Pran. That was dumb. You know what? This would be more Belichick anyway. Javon Bullard, you get a safety in the round. Maybe you put 3 safeties on the field. Some crazy shit like that. And then what would the Patriots do? What would the Patriots do? I'm just vibing over here right now with this music. It's so nice. What would the Patriots do? The Patriots would take like Christian McHogany and turn him into like an all-pro. Yeah, true. Drive Michael Pro. Stop it. Stop. So we got 2 more picks. I wonder what I could do here just to be like super annoying. Like, oh man, I really don't want you to pick that guy. You know what? This is really funny. But this would be the most Patriots-esque thing to do. This would be the most Patriots-looking thing to do. Yeah. 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 This is such a Patriots thing to do. Arthur Smith would trade Kyle Pitts and keep Jonnu Smith. Is there another tight end up here like above him? No. I have a feeling. Okay, C+. Okay, we got bombed on that one. That's above average pick. We're still hitting in the top 100. We're still fighting. Arthur Smith is one of the top candidates for the Eagles for OC. I hope they fall apart. Just to show how awful Arthur Smith has been. It's like the weight of the world. God in heaven, leave me a turn. To me, I say I can't fix you. In the dark, me. Okay. C+. Okay, fine. Boom. There you go. There's the draft. There it is. So I will upload this draft to the Discord. Go of me down by who I used to be. I think run RB zone in the end zone was the tipping point for me. Really? That was the tipping point? Yikes. Weight of the world. Has gone. I don't think this is a bad draft, guys. Do you think this is a bad draft? Jared Verse, Chris Jenkins, Jalen Polk, Javon Bullard on a mishap. Christian Mahogany, Dalen Holker, at Braden McGregor. There were so many moments. Just say one. The wishy-washiness for me was, yeah. How to copy. What is it? What we gotta? What is this? Okay, we're gonna line this up like this, and then we're going to go print screen. And then what? It's in my... No, that didn't do it. How do you take a... to a clipboard? No. Snipping. Snipping tool. Oh, okay. Windows plus print screen. Okay, thank you. Windows plus print screen. I did something. Oh, here we go. All right, we're gonna paste this to the Discord. Save. Perfect. And now we're going to go over to the Discord and we're going to upload file and we're going to pictures, screenshots. This one open. Bill B H draft. Oops. There you go. That's the first one. Perfect. Just what I wanted. All right, let's go to the second mock draft. It only took forever. All right, so this one will be, so that was Kirk Cousins, T. Higgins, offensive linemen in free agency, re-signed players we currently have, bit. Okay. Okay. So next we will do young head coach, doesn't matter who it is. We trade with the Bears for Justin Fields. Which would give up our Jacksonville third round pick, or well, second round pick at this point, but let's say we give up our second round pick to them. Enter draft room. Trade. Chicago. 2025 second rounder. Not both of them. I just want one of them. For our no 1-for-1 trades. Oh, I don't want to pick that one. And I don't know. There. It's freaking out. It won't let me do this trade. All right, we won't worry about it. Bobby Slovic and Joe Milton. Is that news? Okay. No, I'm just okay. Yeah, I got you. All right, so this one we took Justin Fields. We kept our first round pick. So I'm going to stop this trade. Arizona, Chicago. Right. And I also want like their not enough. Okay. This thing is really messing up. Now it's giving them 3. Okay. It won't let me do it anyway. I wanted it to work out that way, but I guess it won't. Boy, if Jaden Daniels is there at 8, I'll lose my mind. I would really hate this. Jaden Daniels is sitting there and you've got Justin Fields. How do you deal with that? You've got Justin Fields. Oh, you know what? You know what makes this draft really easy? Okay. You got Justin Fields, right? You went and got probably kept the same line, kept the same specific weapons. You just added Justin Fields and Slovic, right? Right? So here's my thought. And everybody loses their absolute gourd mind. That's my thought. If it's there, why not, right? How mad would you be? Malik Neighbors, Drake London, Kyle Pitts, Algier and Bijan, Jonnu, that current offensive line with Justin Fields. Who says no? All right, we go into second round. We're going to second round, and we're kind of in the same situation we were with. Here's a question. Small talking and nothing to do. And dropping cards. Got a feeling that I don't belong here. Got a feeling that I shouldn't be here. Wow, that used to be a hit. I found okay. I found my old iPod, and I'm just listening to tons of those songs while I'm doing these mock drafts. So I appreciate you guys just like listening in silence, being like, "What the heck?" Terrence Holmes, what's going on, man? Good to see you, buddy. Who here would be mad if we took Blake Corum? Because we don't keep Algier. I want everybody's quick opinion on this. Corum? Well, Terrence, you missed the first mock draft, so you'll get all of these on the Twitter. Shallow The first mock draft that we did was Bill Belichick is our head coach and Kirk Cousins comes in, and that was like a fully defensive draft. Jared Verse at 8. Kitchens. In fact, actually, I have it here. Can't stand another single day. I gotta get away. Oh my gosh. I'm sorry. I'm being so annoying. Oh, sorry. I'm being super annoying. But like, Verse, Chris Jenkins, Jalen Polk, Javon Bullard, Mahogany, Hulker, and Gregor, because that's like a Bill Belichick draft, right? So then get away from that mock draft and get into one where we sign a different head coach, but we end up taking Justin Fields in this mock draft, have Malik Neighbors and Byron Murphy, and now you go, okay, well, we're keeping Tyler Algier, right? He's a pretty good running back. Corum is also an absolute stud here. Da-da-da-da-da-da. Hey, the rich and the needy. But I'm not greedy. Man, I'm good all the time. Senor, get down. Okay, all right. Enough Shrek. All right. Cedric Van Pran. That's good, right? And then I still haven't gotten a defensive end. So, oh man, I like Zach Zinter so much. Byron Murphy. Byron Murphy would probably be my first guess, but Onyemata probably as well. All the defensive ends are gone. I think all the defensive, like all the edges are gone. Yeah, that's an oversight on my part. Sorry, guys. That is it. Well, I mean, you got Byron Murphy, and you could stick with what you have. Zach Van Pran, 74. That works out for you. Linebacker, you've got 3 good linebackers on the field right now, and you don't need to overdo it. Landman, Troy Anderson, and Caden Ellis do a very good job for you, and you could end up going into free agency and grabbing another linebacker defensive end hybrid. Like, you could bring Dupree back, and you would be just fine. You still got that one defensive end linebacker kid that you haven't utilized at all. So you have to figure out what's going on with him. But you've got to, yeah. You forgot about Anderson, not going to lie. Yeah, I know. Everybody forgot about Landerson because Landman and Caden Ellis did a great cleanup job. So bring back Troy Anderson, who's fully healthy, with 2 other dudes. Malone, thank you. And you've got a linebacking group. That's not something you have to put a superstar there. Coming off injury, yes, true, but he was almost activated for the year, so that means that he was close. And again, this is a guy that I would trust to be able to go out there and go play. So, okay, I don't want to overdraft. Just kind of sucks that you, nothing here that I'm like, oh, yeah, that's the one. Well, that's a good point. What kind of defense could it be? Onyemata's not a nose tackle. Grady's not a nose tackle. And Kadavius Street's not a nose tackle. So you're going to need to figure out, am I going to utilize any of those guys specifically? You need a big plug play guy. Yeah, I mean, well, you got Jerry Gray right now. So he hasn't left, but he's been given an opportunity to look at any other job he wants to. We just don't know if he'll be this part of the staff. Who knows what the staff will be? And you have interchangeable pieces in. Jake Matthews will probably get usurped by Bergeron, so you'll need a left guard. Although you could pick up if you picked up Cedric Van Pran, then you could set him at center after the year with Dahlman, and he could train and be the new center. And Fields would be fine in this scenario because he'd have Malik Neighbors and a host of dudes. Plus, McGarry would probably be gone. If you brought in the offensive lineman from New England who's going to test free agency, you could pay for him, bring him in, and be the next left guard and move Byron Murphy out to left tackle, or Bergeron. Move Bergeron from left guard to left tackle, and then move Matthews if he still wants to be on the team, because you're going to end up probably moving him in the near future to right tackle because McGarry will run out of contract next year and you'll be able to get rid of him. And you'll have already paid Lindstrom mega money, so he'll be there, and restructure contract with Matthews in order to allow your line to kind of formed and set. So then maybe you do need Zach Zinter. Not a bad option here. And you don't want to overdraft. And there's no corner here that I'm like, oh my gosh, I got to have that. So, yeah, that'll work. Yeah, the front office is in a full shakeup right now. So if you got Van Pran, who will take over for Dahlman because you're not going to keep Dahlman long term, you could move Matthews out the right tackle, but I don't know, man. That's tough. Taking two interior guys, especially Zach Zinter, who's like a right guard and could move to right tackle, that works. All right, we're going to wrap up this draft real quick because I want to be able to get this out of the way. I'm probably still taking like a Cade Stover here, just to give me a better blocking tight end and like just an easy dump guy, even if it's Ben Johnson or Slovic or I keep forgetting his name, Joe Brady. Like our corner room right now. It's sparse, but it works. So I took two offensive linemen, a tight end, a defensive lineman, a wide receiver. Let's just go take a shot on an edge here somewhere. We could take a shot in the dark at one of these edges. I might need to go watch edges. $242. All right. Who do you want as a head coach? I'm a Joe Brady believer, but we haven't brought him in for a second interview. Everybody else in here seems like a Ben Johnson group. It's very odd. And Slovic, just because what he did with C.J. Stroud, which is good. That's good. That's fine. It's fine. It works. It works. But I'm not going to get too like freaked out about that. I mean, okay. So you have Slovic. He's the first-time head coach, technically. And then what? Must have been the nifty fucking times. Believe it. Your heart out. Mike McDonald is my guy. I mean, I like it. I like it. It goes on and on and on. Dark Emperor kind of guy. Billy Boy. Well, okay. Everybody in the chat, what if, put your tinfoil hats on for just 1 second. Hold. What if, put your tinfoil hats on, Raheem Morris is the Rooney Rule compliance, and we end up getting Belichick after this? Anyhow, let's finish up this mock draft real quick. I don't like anything here at the top of this mock here, or the bottom of this mock here. What if it is? What if it's like the white whale type deal, you know? I just don't see anybody down here at the bottom of this draft that I'm like, oh my gosh, I gotta have this guy. Like, safety here. Jalen Simpson. The McKay situation is he wants to kick the can down the road for 5 more years and stay in football operations because then he can feel important. He's not a bad evaluator of coaching. He's not open to new possibilities, and it scares him. Bye-bye. Word of the ones begun. Don't cry. You left my heart, at least for the most part. Sorry, I'm listening to music and trying to finish up this. There we go. Save options. Save. Everybody's gotta die sometimes, yeah. But baby, don't cry. Wait. Okay, all right. If you're not going to do the absolute best for the team, you got to go. I mean, I get it. Like if here's the thing. If Bill Belichick is the guy and that's the one that they're going to end up picking, then blank is probably going to end up going through all the interview process done. We lose out on Jim Harbaugh, and he's going to go into the room and say, Mr. McKay, I'm going to have you step down because I believe Bill Belichick is going to get us what we need as a total, and that's my white whale, and I'm Captain Ahab, and I'm going to go down with this ship with a guy that knows proven track record of where to put guys and how to be successful. He just hasn't had ownership on his side to pick the right quarterback. And now there's a rumor that apparently Pete Carroll has come up as the potential head coach to the Chargers. So if the Chargers hire Pete Carroll, then who knows what happens at that point, right? So we're going to do a trade. This is the scenario, and it's a very specific scenario. Let me go in here and Justin Fields trade mock draft. Plus Higgins mock draft. But you got Malik Neighbors. Why do you need T. Higgins? Because here's the deal. Drake London, T. Higgins, Malik Neighbors, Kyle Pitts, Jonnu Smith, Bijan Robinson, Tyler Algier. Just be happy everybody's out there. It doesn't matter who gets the plays, right? The first one's a Bill Belichick mock draft. The second one is we got Justin Fields, dog. So let's go into this one and let's trade. The Bears put on the trade. Chicago. 1-8 for 1-1. We're also going to offer our 2. We're also going to offer come down crashing. Do 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 do. Let the sun rain out to the dark sky. Man, what a good song. 2025 first rounder. And we're going to leave it at that. Actually, you know what? I'm going to take that away. A 1, and next year's 2. Done. We are now the number 1 team on the board. Let's say it's that simple. So put your favorite head coach in this position, and let's have a fight right now in this chat. I want everybody to fight. Who do we take number 1 overall? Is it Caleb? Is it Jaden? Or is it Drake? Fight. Because personally, knowing that I have I have 2 third rounders right now, but it might be a second that's not currently available versus this mock draft, okay? Or do we trade up and then trade down based on somebody giving us picks? You take Marvin Harrison, there's no other argument. Yes. Perfect. That's what I want to hear. See, these are the grounders that I know. Michael Penix. No! Okay. I'm going to go ahead and hit start here. I'm on the clock. And I have 6 trade offers for this pick. So I'm going to look at these very, very carefully now. Because now that I've got the number 1 pick, if the number 2 or the number 3 team is on the phone in any one of these picks, I'm telling you right now, we have the number 1 overall pick. Remember, we gave the Bears our first at 8, so they have 8 and 9 now. And we gave them the first next year and a second next year. Or was it a second this year? Whatever, it doesn't matter. Okay. If there's a trade offer to number 2 or to number 3 or even, listen, crazy, number 4, I might take it. Okay? Because I could recoup all the things I lost, plus still end up possibly taking a quarterback. Let's see how fucked I can get. All right. Not this one. Not that one. Definitely not the Jags at 17. The Bears want to come back up and give us stuff. No. The Giants don't even want to trade their number 1 pick at 6. They want to trade me all of next year's draft, dude. The Jets at 10. Such amazing. Fuck you, dude. I'm out. Would Washington be willing to go up 1 selection? They weren't on the clock. Okay, let's do another trade. Okay, relax. Everybody relax. Let's do another trade. Let's talk to Washington. Let's get them on the phone. Would you give me your number 2? A 1 and a 2? And then give me like a 2. It's too much. Okay. They're only willing to give me a first this year and not a first next year. They say that's too much. Okay, let's see what New England would be willing to give us. 1 and 3. Would you give me... And then would you give me... But I give you... Oh, okay, here we go. So if I gave them 1-1 and 379, they would give me almost a 10 pick difference in the third round and give me a first next year to go to 1. Let's see what Arizona would give me. Arizona, are you guys like pretty set in your ways? Oh, they have a 127. Would they give that to me? Oh, they're saying more. I'll take it. And we still got Caleb Williams. All right. We'll just take it. We got a second first round pick out of this draft. I don't want to hear any shaming. We are going to reject everything. Everybody, come on. Everybody, come on. Could we put... Okay, would you rather put Brian Thomas Jr. with Caleb Williams or put Xavier Worthy, or excuse me, no, Leggett with Caleb Williams? Mackenzie Mayweather, what's going on? Thank you for the $2 dono in the super chat. I appreciate you. A microphone? Okay. I'm not sure what that means, but thank you. The more complete wide receiver. Gosh, Brian Thomas Jr. Draft Penix Jr. as well. Okay. All right. Cool. That's fine. Let's take Brian Thomas Jr. It's a lot of movement. I mean, I like a Leggett. Don't get me wrong. That would have been interesting. So now we're sitting here in... We're sitting here in round 2. I probably still end up taking for life. Thank you so much, Mackenzie. He's still there. Take him. No, I'm not taking Michael Penix Jr. on top of what we're doing. Stop. We got Caleb Williams. Like, stop. Enough. Let's take Byron Murphy. That fixes some interior issues. Sweat. I almost took Sweat. I'm done, Dan. Oh my gosh. So sweet. You don't have to drink right now, but you can dip your feet in if you want in a little while. That's a good song. Byron Murphy is the Grady replacement, most likely. And then Onyemata, Sweat. You could get away with it. You get away with it. All right, I'm going to have to take an edge because we didn't take any edges. In this mock draft, Danielle Hunter. You take Danielle Hunter in the offseason. How do you guys feel about that? Daniil Hunter, new, young, experienced head coach. Trade up to 1. Trade down with a group, or just take Caleb at 1. Caleb Williams, Brian Thomas Jr., Byron Murphy. Let's go. Zach Zinter as an offensive line replacement, just in case we need to put him in at tackle or left guard. What's the best option? What's the best position this year? Like, is there a better defense or offensive class? This is highly a better offensive class than it is a defensive class, but it's deep at every position, so it's really tough. Why not? Now we take an edge. Muhammad Kamara. Take Muhammad Kamara. Pair him with the rest of the group that's currently there. That's a. Hey man, look, listen. This ain't a bad draft. I'm 110% right now. This ain't a bad draft. This is pretty good. I try not to go after an extra wide receiver because we could just get another veteran to go in there and play with them. Plus, you already have London Pitts. What is his name? I cannot remember the other tight end's name. I'm losing my mind slowly but surely. But like you could Jonnu Smith, Kyle Pitts. Then you have London, Brian Thomas Jr., Caleb Williams, Bijan, Algier. Offensive line is set. You just got another offensive line. You probably went into free agency and got Daniil Hunter and the offensive lineman from New England because you could versatilely put him around. Muhammad. Transferring somewhere. He won't be in the draft. I replace him with Jahid Baran. Oh, okay. I mean, that's fine. The GOAT. I apologize. But you get a edge here because you want somebody to train. You already got Zach Harrison and you got AK and you got Malone. You utilize your linebackers for rushing, and you've done good with your defensive line. Whoever comes in is going to not have a terrible time putting these guys where they need to be. Even if you play a 34, you picked up Byron Murphy, so you're going to be okay. I was not surprised. He needs work, and he's going to be injured next year, and I don't know how healthy he's going to be. That's probably why you end up going into this draft and looking at the group and going, well, that. Holy Diver. Ooh, yeah. I'm out of coffee. Damn. Holy Diver in the midnight sea. Oh, what is coming of me? Wow! Miles Jones. I don't know. I need to check out my... I love Kill Switch. Yes, sir. Gotta get away. Holy Diver. McCaffrey? Oh, man, true. Black and blue is coming for you. Wow, wow! Pray it's all right. Gotta get away. Get away. Between the velvet lords. Kill Switch is like one of those like guilty pleasure bands for me. Life's a never-ending well. Holy diver, the star of a masquerade. All right, so we'll go in here, and then we'll hit upload file, screenshot 4, open. Young head coach plus Hunter DE Vikings plus any OL in FA plus trade up / down for QB. Boom. Done. Y'all need to be on the Discord, y'all. We have fun on there. This one's a bit less realistic just because obviously Kamara is not going to be there. You could insert any other defensive end into that. This is okay. This is all okay. Jordan Love to Atlanta. Stop. Stop right now. You're not allowed to say things like that. Okay. All right. All right. Enough. All right. So which mock draft did you guys like the most? Here, let me get the copy. YouTube. Home. My channel. Go in. No thanks. Get in there. All right, got it. Bop. There you go, boys and girls. Brock Purdy to Atlanta. Why you gotta be like that, son? All right, which one did we do better? This is the Bill Belichick mock draft. Bill Belichick comes in. We take Kirk Cousins. We take an offensive lineman in free agency. We utilize our powerful free agent skills with Terry Fontenot and Bill Belichick and create a good free agency. And then we take Jared Verse with the first pick, Chris Jenkins with the second pick, Jalen Polk with the third pick. There's our wide receiver. We accidentally took Javon Bullard, but that's not maybe the worst thing in the world because then you could actually move somebody to outside corner and then put Bullard as a like safety corner hybrid. We took Christian Mahogany, and it's Dalen Holker, and then Braden McGregor at the very end of the draft there. So we didn't take any. We took 2 edges in this class, and we're playing that multiple 34-43 defense that Bill plays. Mismatch defense, a big Molly in the middle, a traditional 43, AK, Zach Harrison, maybe bring back Dupree and Street, maybe bring back Campbell, Caden Ellis, Landman. You know, I think this is pretty solid. You could train some guys at the bottom of the list here to be starters for later, and then the rest of this is pretty good. The second one is Justin Fields. We trade a second-round pick or third-round pick to the Bears, and we bring in T. Higgins. This one had us taking Malik Neighbors, Byron Murphy, Cedric Grand Pran, Zach Zinter, Cade Stover, Jalen Harrell, and Jalen Simpson just as a flyer on a corner in the late rounds. This one I like, actually, because we've already got a filled-out offense, so all this did was just make sure that we have the proper pieces in place to substitute for offensive linemen that are not going to be here for long and just have guys to back them up. We don't know how long Dahlman's going to be here. Van Pran can be that guy and even kick out to left guard, but I wouldn't want to play him at guard because he's a bit smaller, but Van Pran could be a good center for you. And then Zenter is a right guard, right tackle. You could be replacing McGarry, and then Bergeron and Matthews gets played out. Bergeron goes outside, and you take the a left guard or multiple offensive linemen to fill the left guard role and have Justin Fields, Malik Neighbors, Drake London, Bijan Algier, T. Higgins, and you go out there and you just go. You just let it slide, man. Like this ain't a bad draft. Especially with like Slovic or Ben Johnson, you could create. Pitts is going to be out there. You could create a very interesting scenario with this one. And then the third one, any young head coach, Danielle Hunter, New England offensive lineman in free agency, trade up down for quarterback. This one we took, we traded up with the Bears, and then traded down with the Cardinals. The Cardinals, I think, took Marvin Harrison Jr. with the number 1 overall pick, which secured them Marvin Harrison Jr. Good for them. Fantastic. But we asked them, look, you're jumping up here, and we want quarterback, obviously. Now, okay, whether this is Caleb Williams in this spot, we ended up getting him at 4, which is wild because maybe the Washington Commanders are just so in love with Drake May, which I think is what ended up happening there. And then New England is just so in love with Jaden Daniels. And maybe that is the case there. And Caleb Williams comes down to 4 for us. Nobody else gets a trade up. That's cool, but I could take Drayden or Jake in this scenario and Drake or Jaden in this scenario and be just fine still at 4. Brian Thomas Jr., we had to take their number 27 pick, and they wanted Marvin Harrison Jr., the best wide receiver in the class. That's fine. We ended up taking their first this year, we ended up taking their first this year, and their first this year at 4 and 27, and we gave them a 3rd round pick and a pick 1-1. Just saying. So we ended up taking you can put any quarterback in this slot. Then we took Brian Thomas Jr. So Brian Thomas Jr., Drake London. That's wild. That gives you a whole set of options. And then Byron Murphy, Zach Zenter, insert any edge into that spot because Kamara is not going to be there. And then we ended up taking Holker and then Miles Jones, the corner from Duke. I don't hate this mock draft. It's probably a little unrealistic with the trade up to 1 and trade down. I know the Bears ended up getting a couple of picks from us. And that's why the trade down from the Arizona pick was interesting because they ended up kind of basically giving us back all of what we asked for. Because it wasn't as simple as trade pick 1 for pick 8. There was, for whatever reason, the computer didn't do the right job there. But this one is the most janky because Caleb Williams fell to 4. That's unrealistic. You're probably taking Jaden or Drake because there will be somebody missing from that group. And then Brian Thomas Jr., that's tough because Arizona might not want to give up number 27. But if you talk to them about, well, it's basically an early 2nd round pick, and we're giving you, let's say we gave them a 2nd round. It looks like we gave them a 3rd round. I mean, we can compensate that. That could be worked on. Byron Murphy, Zach Zenter. I mean, you're getting a guy to replace Grady probably, and you're getting a guy that's going to end up replacing a McGarry are moving over to left guard as Bergeron moves over to left tackle. An edge to work with because you're taking Daniil Hunter, and then Dallin Holker and Miles Jones, just in case you end up losing Jonnu or you lose Pitts, and Miles Jones can come in there and be an extra for you. So, yeah, that's kind of like that's the 3 mocks that I've done today. We'll know more tonight when we get more opportunities, or tomorrow when we know more about what's going to happen with the head coaching situation, but nothing has changed up to now. I don't see anything currently that's changed. We finished our Raheem Morris interview very quickly. So you could go Sadir Sanders next year, but you're going to want to win. So I don't know. Those are good. There's a good ways to go about it. Personally, Joe Brady, Selvik, Ben Johnson, those are on my top list. If it's Bill, we know this is going to be much tougher. So, all right, guys. I am going to head out of here. But before I do, I'm going to play some of my music just because fuck you, YouTube. If you were here for the stream, then you'll understand why. Currently looking for more work, so if anybody has any leads on work, let me know. I want to try to do stuff from home, but anyway. All right, guys. Peace. Hey. I just want to say this before I get out of here. Before I get out of here. Link is in the chat right now for the Discord. Head over to the Discord. We will be having a discussion tomorrow on the Discord. Please come through. There's a voice channel down at the bottom. Make sure that you go through and check out all the stuff. I am on my Discord a lot more than I am on my Twitter. Make sure you hit us up there so we can have back and forth discussion. Mock drafts, all kinds of discussion on head coaches, and you're more than welcome to ask anything at any point. Peace, hair grease.